Alrighty. Just up from the field, and yes, let me go straighten out the situation with the spreadsheet. I'm a little surprised. That's the way it goes. It's just technology, as usual. We're not on trading floors anymore, that's for sure. The trading floors are oblivious to it all, and the end result you can see right there. There's the spreadsheet. Let's get that spreadsheet over to Janos, and let's show you the dollar index over on the other screen, so we can do that at the same time. You can see the dollar index on the beta right there. You know, still in that weekly sell and the daily sells. You can see that pressure on it. Oh, let me go to the chat line too. Let me go to the chat line. Let's see, where's that mouse? There's that mouse right there. Chat line. There it is. And let's click on that at the same time. Notify. There we are. And here we go. Let's show you that on the regular platform. And let's resend. Let's see, where am I at? Resend. Whoop. Let's get rid of the ad there. Oh God, we have to listen to him. Oh God. Alright, there we are. So I can see both. Alright, yeah, we're all good. There we are. And at the same time, let's make sure you can hear me. Yep, you can hear me. Alright, let's get that figured out right there. That's in the subject. Alright, let's go like this. Sent. I guess yesterday's sent. Let's do that again. So where's yesterday's sent? Not Boleyn. Let's move that into science and stories, either one. Okay, now let's go. Where is it at? Where is the sheet? That'd be last night, right? So there it is right there. No. Now I'm a little confused. So I sent that last night. Let's see. Let's just see what's in the cents. Okay, right there. There's the 20th. Huh. What did it go in the spam? You know, looking, I don't see it either. Yeah, no, there's the 20th. And then where's the 21st? Let's just straighten that out. Here we go. This should help you out. There we are. No, wrong place. We'll just redo the spreadsheet again. Cancel. There it is. Let's do it again. Alright, resending that whole thing out again. There we go. Alright, now. Let's see. Good morning, Robin. I thought we were having unemployment numbers coming out today. Yeah, they're supposed to drop like 1 million, something like that. I don't know, somewhere along the line there. I'm a little confused. I thought that the unemployment number was going to be revised this morning. Maybe that's tomorrow. Let's see. You know, that's really what it comes down to. There we are. Yep. Ratio spreads neutral markets. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So let's go back to Janos. You should be seeing that now. It should be coming over to you as we speak. The spreadsheet. There we are. Let's take a look at the dollar index and the spreadsheet. We'll just compare that real quick, and then we'll go on to like the euro. Euro's still looking very fine like yesterday. There is the dollar index. It's 6 days in a sell and 6 weeks in a sell. Let's kill some of that volume. I'm not sure if you're hearing it or not, but They have Cantor Fitzgerald's chairman up there right now, and they're talking with him. Yo, yo, yo. All right, let's get the euro up there on the screen. Bada bing. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. Mm. And then, oh, there you go. I got a response. That's cool. There is the euro. As you can see, it's at the top end of its range, acting well. That's why we were warning you constantly over and over that when that daily goes back into a buy, watch out. I mean, with that weekly buy that's been going on and put up with that whole little slide you had right here, it didn't matter, you know. Or this slide right there, and this was a pretty long one when you really think about it. I mean, you had their what is it? Is that the minus? That, see, it just missed the minus that day, so went into the sell there, and did that little slide. Tried to get into the buy, but we were in a weekly buy, and it became a loss. So you gave up like the win there, but you still were a plus. Then it put it into the sell again, and it went down more. Then jumped into the buy right there. You can't take those shorts though. That's the problem because we're in weekly buys. So what it did is it protected you from not getting hit in the head. Just that one hit right there. And that's how that usually works. Now, what am I getting? A default thing there. Okay. Cool. There we are. So, in the end result is that the dollar, you know, is finding a way to go down because overall interest rates in the States are going down. You know, if we take a look at the 30-year bond, let's put that up on the screen. It's down in the mid or low fours now, I think, in yield. You see, when this is rising, interest rates are going down. When this is dropping, interest rates are going up. Going down with this big move right there. Interest rates are rising with a slide back down. So when the price of the bond goes up, interest rates are dropping. I know that's confusing. That's why they created the TLT and things like that, because that kind of confuses people. It's like, wait a minute, I want to bet that the interest rate is going up, but I gotta short the futures contract. Yeah, it confuses people like that. Oh. All right. So from there, we march back over to the currencies, and we look at the cable. And the cable, you know, had that same hunger. That's what you call it. I call it hunger. It looked hungry. Look at that, taking out the highs right there. And let's go back to the. I know that the euro did the same thing. You know, it took out the highs right there, really. I mean, that's it right there. Like 5-6 days ago when it went into the daily buy, it took out the high, bounced down for a day, and it lifted back up. And with it in the weekly buy, it was like guns a-blazing or pedal to the metal or whatever you want to call it. But it was like be short, or was it? Be long or you are wrong. That's what it was screaming at. You got to take all of them. All right. Let's see. So there's the cable marching up, taking out that high. I think we're taking out. Are we taking out some major highs? It looks like it. You know, here we are back in January of last year. January of this year. I'm sorry. And we were at the 128 area, and the high for the year was What's that? 128.93. Did it get even higher? 128.93. I don't think so. And that's where it took it out, right there in the middle of July. And then the revolution came, I guess, into Britain. Great Britain had its teeny weeny little revolution. I think I mentioned it yesterday, where they were locking up parents, moms and dads who were complaining about crime and education and the they took the criminals and they allowed them to march and compete, saying that they have a right to be criminals. I guess I didn't know people have a right to be criminal. I guess I always thought that was kind of like more of a mistake, but that's what was going on there. And obviously, they found out that the politicians are finding out that that's not the way to go. If you're going to support the criminals, don't support the criminals. That's a winner chicken dinner there. Huh? Don't support the criminals. And so that's the cable. Cable. So from there, we march over to the Swiss, the inflation fighters. And it's getting ready to try to take out that bottom like the way the euro and the cable are trying to do that stuff. Now, you can see all the way back into there where it made some, like multi-year lows, which is bullish for the Swiss and bearish for the dollar, because in this case, whereas the other two, when they're going up, they're gaining against the dollar. But this is not a Swiss dollar pairs trade. This is a dollar Swiss pairs trade. So it's USD CHF instead of CHF USD. And so what that does is when it's going down, it's gaining against the dollar. And you can see it's doing its best to gain. It hasn't taken out the January number yet, but it looks like it's making a great attempt to do so. Exactly. It's beginning that ascent, going down. And gaining against the dollar when it ascends down. And then from there, we zip the doodah over to the yen, which we're totally convinced that the yen is being propped up by the Federal Reserve. That does not surprise me whatsoever. And U.S. Treasury. I saw an article yesterday in Zero Hedge that said that don't worry about what the Fed's doing. It's what the U.S. Treasury is doing, and Mrs. Yellen. They're saying it is the Treasury put that will protect the equity market all the way until the election, and then they will let go of it, and then we'll see. But I would think that if and when Mr. Trump wins, the markets will be happy. They may take a profit, but they'll be happy, that's for sure. And that'll be just opening the doorway for even more. You can see there on that downslope, the yen. Let's go find that symbol again. There it is. Remember, this is also a dollar-yen pairs trade. So just like the Swiss, when it's going down, it's gaining against the dollar. And if it was the JPY USD, it would be the opposite. And so, whereas when we look at like the euro, you see it's a euro USD, not USD euro. Same thing with cable. It is a GBP USD. I guess we should put the USD in there. USD. There we are. File save. There we are. And so you see here it's climbing back into the weekly buy with no problem. The daily has protected us to almost a perfect situation where it went into the weekly sell 2 weeks ago, and the following day it went into a daily buy, which meant you couldn't be short. So you were kind of like, wait a minute, I was short for a couple of days here and made a little bit. What happened there? It's like, because this was all in the sell, and the week ended there, was it? Yeah, something like that. And then that's like the 12th right there, I think. Yeah, right there. So, a little opportunity to try to play that short. And then it just jumped into the daily buy and said, okay, be flat. And then you can see here, unless you're trading binaries or bull or bear spreads, you can't really try to trade off of just one. You have to trade off of both. Now, when you're trading off of both, or one, you better be doing it in a limited risk factor or you'll get stopped out most of the time, if not all the time. And then you can see right here, in this case here now, we're through the manifold, so you can actually be long for a day or two at this point. And you would assume that they'll come back down, challenge that 130 area, and then try to turn it up again. And that's, but this is one heck of a nice move to begin with. So, we'll see when they finally stop. See, that's what it comes down to too. Sometimes they go through these things and they don't correct, which is interesting. And they're probably staring at the bonds. The bonds are to the answer of all of it. Let me text Janos. Make sure he got the spreadsheet. Go like that. Nope, wrong way. There we are. There we are. I resent it out as just a spreadsheet, no charts, just spreadsheet. Because you can see the charts here. Even more update. That's the better way to go. All right, from the yen. Did we say much about the yen? I don't think we did, really. Just so that I think the Fed and the Treasurer are helping out Japan at this point. Let's move that right to there. There's your sell. It hasn't really broken down going after this number here again. It's still in the sell, though, so if it gets into another daily buy and then pushes into a daily sell again, you would think that'll be a really good trade. At least I would. Let's see now. Oh yeah, the experiment. I saw that this morning. Ouch. I can't believe they left these boxes after just like 2.5 months. I thought for sure that the former prime minister, now president, would have realized we got to change it up what we're doing. But no. He just doubled down somewhere else again. Look at it here. Trying to touch the 38. How long do you really think it'll wait before it touches the 38? My goodness. We've seen it go from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32. Are we seriously thinking that this thing's going to go to 64? Well, the ruble's gotten there. So if the ruble can do it, why can't the Turkish lira? You would think that they would come up with a better policy of whatever they're doing. Unless this is their stated policy. Let's see if we can drive our currency down to almost a penny. Why don't you they're shooting for 100? Are they really shooting for 100? So it'll be 100 Turkish lira to a euro one day. I mean, we've seen the Russian ruble do that. Are they really going to do this policy? Are they going to stay on this socialist, whatever it is, the socialist dream? I don't know. You would think they would learn, but obviously, you would think the country would be screaming. It reminds me of Joe Stalin. It's not who votes, it's who counts the votes. Joe Stalin used to say that. That's not good. It's disrupting the system, And are we really now starting to think about seeing the idea that we're going to go from 32 to 64? How about if we just go half of that? So what is that, 16? 16 on top of 32 is 48. Are we looking at a possible 10-point more move up to 48? Are we looking at it? We could look at the 1/3. What's the 1/3 out of 32? Which is almost basically 11, right? So you're talking about from 32 to 43, almost. Are we going to play with I guess 43 would be the first stop, something like that. 42 and changed. Are we talking about 4 more points up before they do a correction down again? That's a real scary thought, you know. I don't wish that on anybody. That's, like I said yesterday, that's supersonic inflation. It's not hyperinflation. Okay, that's the great experiment. We'll leave that and we'll shoot over to South Africa. And there it is right there. The Rand is bounced up. By the end of the day yesterday, it bounced up. And it's doing it again today. So I'd assume, and I do know that gold was trying to press down a little bit. And I saw silver doing the same. There's the gold. You see it's trying to get into a little sell here today. It's not down much. Not at all. It's still in the weekly buy. For the silver, you see the silver is doing that same thing. It's trying to climb into a weekly buy with no problem. And they don't seem to want to let go of the silver. Silver seems to be trying to, 4 days in a buy now. You can see 3 on the spreadsheet, right? Right there. Yeah. And we're going to be moving away from that soon. We got the September contract. I've seen the December contract is building up. It's got more open interest now in the December contract, but the volume is still nothing like the silver volume in September. So we'll be waiting to see when we flip that over. Usually in gold, October was a very active month. Let me just show you that. Let's see, how do I show you? Well, we'll put it up over here. Trading there, and let's go to there. Let's show you the gold contract there. We'll move you over to see what we're talking about right there. So normally, I think it was October that used to have so much more volume. Let's see, yeah, and action, But look at it instead. December has taken over that. So normally we would have jumped to the October contract, but it pushed us right to the December contract instead. You can see there is 55, almost 56,000 open interest, but volume is under 2,000. Whereas over on December, you see it's almost 62,000 and 424,000, almost 425 in open interest. So they're starting to stretch those things out more. It's like the S&Ps, where the S&Ps have just 4 major spots every 3 months. In this case here, when we left the July, I guess it was the July contract, or was it the June? I think it was the June contract. We ended up going right to December. It was like 6 months away. Wow. All right. Nice sip of the water there. Now silver. Let's show you silver. See, it's 15,800 versus 3,900. 84,000 on the open interest of December, and 51,000 in September. And then you can see the jump into the March contract. So it's like S&Ps to some extent now. And that is the the look at those things there. Matter of fact, let's put the thing up. Let's show you silver. There it is right there. You see the strength there and it climbing into the buy there. Just like on the spreadsheet, you can see it wasn't a weekly sell right above the gold. Right there, 5 weeks of it. That's crude. There it is. Right there. And you can see now it's on the spreadsheet, you can see it's starting to make the shift. Kind of reminds me of the North Pole and the South Pole, the way they're slowly shifting. And every time we have an anomaly, like a space anomaly from space, from the sun and all like that. The North Pole shifts on it. I just saw an academic paper on that this morning before I went down to the field. So that's the excitement there, I guess you could say. Now from there we'll go over to copper. Let's see what the copper's up to. There's the copper right there. You see, that's been hanging on for days, and that's right up. Is it right? It's right below the silver on the spreadsheet. See right there. 5 weeks in a sell, 7 days in a buy. And if anybody wants a spreadsheet, let us know. We'll send it out to you for free. It's our basically it's our